Hey, this is WebJudah 1977 here, back in the Oasis once again, of course. And, yeah, as always, uh, wait for some people to get in here. I'll probably be doing a live stream again tomorrow as well. About the same time, maybe a little later. We'll see how that goes. But for now, let's get some people in here. See if, yeah. See if we can get some, conversations rolling. Advertised on Facebook and all that good happy stuff. That helps sometimes. Getting pretty close to the 500 subscriber mark again. 500 subscribers. Gonna be doing a giveaway, so be watching out for that. Got my Dreamcast working. I'm probably going to do a video on that. If I can figure out how to film it, I'll be doing a video on that. And it's something I didn't even think of, so I mean, I'm sure a lot of people out there might not think of it either, so. It was a disk read error. And it was kind of a strange fix, like, check something else here. So yeah, it was kind of it was a weird fix because whenever you get a disk read error on something, you automatically assume that it's, at least I do sometimes, I automatically assume that it's the lens. And this time it wasn't the lens. I mean, I cleaned the lens. Either way, I cleaned the lens because that's a good thing to do, but it had nothing to do with the lens. I probably didn't even need to clean it, but I mean, why not clean it if you're, while you're there, you might as well clean the lens, but it was kind of a strange fix, but it worked great, so I definitely want to share that with, with YouTube and make sure that people know about it, because you don't want to just throw a console away if it could possibly be fixed. I mean, especially at Dreamcast. I mean, they're worth a little bit of money if they work. I've had mine for years, and I was just under the assumption it doesn't work, and it didn't work until Monday, I guess. Yeah, I got it working Monday, so it's been a while. It's been working for a while. Now I just gotta get games for it, so. But I bought the AV cable first, Power cable is just like a standard stereo cable. Nothing special there. I bought the AV cables because they were cheap. And I got plenty of controllers. And I got the battery pack slash, the little handheld kind of, can't remember exactly what they call that now, but it's like a little handheld console, but it slides down into the memory card, and the screen lights up with stuff when you're playing on the controller. It's pretty neat how it works, but I got one of them, and I thought I had 2 games, but one being a baseball game, one being like a 4-wheeler game, but turns out that they're both the same game. just one of them's in the wrong case. I don't know how I got 2 of the same game. I don't even know where I got those to start with, but and the one looks like in great condition, and the other one's all scratched up, and the one that's all scratched up is the one that works. It's strange. I don't get it, but it's the way it is. The one that appears to be in better condition, well, I mean, it is in better condition, but it must have a spot right on a part of the disc that I'm not seeing that's preventing it from working. Weird, but it's weird how shit like that works, but it does anyway. It's just if there's a mark on the disc, just a precise spot, all it takes is one mark. If it's a bad enough mark and it's in the right spot, it's not going to read the disc. Especially if it's in like the beginning of information that would be loaded. If it doesn't get that first information to load, it's just not going to work. If there's a part messed up, halfway down the disc, it'll load, but then when it gets to a certain point, it's going to start screwing up. But it's like everything else is weird. Really, 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 really weird. And then you got GameCube. I don't know if they do it with their actual games, but they might. But with their Game Boy loader, their Game Boy disc, they actually burn the disc starting on the outside going into the disc instead of the other way. So it's even harder to make like a bootleg copy of it. It's smart, but and that disc is going for crazy amounts of money. So some places are going for crazy amounts of money. Yeah. I hope my audio is coming through alright and all that. Alright, my audio is coming through good. So, get some people in here and start some sort of chat going on. Yeah, but I had that Dreamcast for a while. For years. Didn't realize it was that simple to fix. It was a simple fix. It was weird. But I definitely want to do a video of that. I gotta figure out how I'm going to go about filming it, but I'm going to do my best. I'm going to obviously take the bolts out and have it taken apart and ready to lift the top off so I can use one hand. Otherwise, I have to figure out a place to do video and a way to set my phone up in order to see it. So, I'll figure it out. It's going to take some time. I did have a place to do reviews and stuff, but over the course of time of filling this place up and running out of room, I got crap sitting there, and it's not, but I'll think of something. Don't want to get one of them gooseneck things, because anytime you get one of them, it does this crap, or side to side. I'll do a video and it'll say, do you want to stabilize your video? Stupid crap, because it's sitting there doing like a Blair Witch Project shit. Well, nobody wants to see that. Or Cloverfield. Let's see if the chats are broke. Let's see if I can send a. Okay. Just making sure. At least I can send a. It says there's 2 people in here, but I don't know if that's accurate or not. I've had that thing say 0 plenty of times, and there'll be 2 people talking to me, so it's just, there's no way of telling whether it's accurate or not. So I would just have to see if anybody comes in and sends me a message, and we'll go from there. But again, nothing to really show on stream that I haven't showed before. I haven't gotten anything for a while. But like I said, I did fix the game, the Dreamcast, and I'm in the process of. I have a Nintendo Wii. The disc drive doesn't work, as far as I know, because I don't have any games to try in. There's games in the house that try in it, but I'm not that concerned with the disc drive working, because I put a homebrew channel on it, trying to get some homebrew stuff on it. We'll see how that works. Not wanting to load the second part of the. I got the homebrew channel on it fine, but it's not wanting to load up the second. There's another course of action you got to take to put the information in there that you put the games on, and it doesn't seem to want to work for me. So I'll probably work on it again some more after I jump off here, and I don't know how long this video will be. That'll depend on whether or not I get anybody in here, or if it's just going to be like an information kind of video, or if I get actual people coming in and chatting, then I'll keep it going for an hour, 2 hours, whatever. If I don't get anybody chatting, I'll probably go for an hour, just kind of an information video about my channel and all that. Show a few things, jump off. But my video tomorrow will probably be a gaming stream. We'll see how it goes. I have to move some stuff around again for that, because the way it sits right now, the PS4's over there by the TV that I do the games on, and the wires are don't like to reach so well, so they're kind of they're kind of going across, and you can't really see the TV that well, so there's no way I can set it up that way. So I'll have to figure out how to set up, to move everything. I already know how to set it up, I just got to move everything again. In a different way to do that, so we'll see how it goes. It might be a gaming stream, might be another live stream like this, or it might be a couple videos showing different things. Like I said, I want to try to get that Dreamcast video out as soon as I can figure out how to film it using both hands, and it kind of requires using both hands, so but yeah, we'll see how that works. Anybody watch this video afterwards, or if you got any ideas on how to like hold the phone with something and either doing it on, because I do a lot of stuff on this couch, unboxings and reviews and all that sort of stuff, or I can just get a table, maybe, I don't know, get like a folding table and rig up something on that or whatever. But if anybody has any suggestions, I would definitely love to hear them. I definitely love hearing feedback from people. I get some of my greatest ideas some of the greatest ideas I've heard, and I've managed to come up with her because I've heard them from someone. So that's how we learn, when we share each other's knowledge of stuff and things that we might have experienced and figured out, and maybe someone else is experiencing the same thing and they're trying to figure it out. So that's why I want to do the Dreamcast video, because there's probably plenty of people that have a couple Dreamcasts laying around and they're like, oh, they're just for display, they're just junk because the disk drive doesn't work, which is what I did for mine. And then lo and behold, I got the disk drive working. So I mean, hey, Mr. Todd Jumper, how's it going, brother? Appreciate you stopping in. Oh, it's going good. I hope yours is going good as well. Got my Dreamcast. Well, I always wanted to call it a GameCube. I don't know why. The Dreamcast. I got my Dreamcast working, and it's something I wouldn't even have thought of, like, of working. You know what I mean? So I want to do a video of that and make sure everybody's aware, because I wasn't aware of it. So I tore it apart and I'm like looking around, I'm like, oh, maybe if I do this. It took me like 20 minutes, a half an hour of looking. Clean the lens off, put it back together. That didn't work. But like I said, cleaning the lens is a good thing anyway, regardless of whether it helps, regardless of whether it fixed the problem, the current problem it has. It's still alright to, it's still a good thing to clean the lens once in a while. But hi here. What's up, Mr. LiquidCool360? Make sure you check out Mr. LiquidCool360 on YouTube. Awesome brother from another mother. Does some awesome videos. Do you actually do you have content as well, Todd Jumper, on YouTube, or? I can't remember. There's so many. I'm like, no problem at all, brother. Yeah, I volunteered to work Friday. As you know, I'm supposed to work 4/10. I volunteered to work Friday and stuff. So yeah, I have Todd Jumper channel and another game channel. Awesome. Yeah, make sure you check out Todd Jumper. He's got a link. He's got the name of it right there. Make sure you check that out. I'll probably subscribe to. Is the one just called Todd Jumper, or? because I might be subscribed to that one, but okay, I'm subscribed to your Todd Jumper. Alright. I'll make sure I find the other one here and subscribe to that one as well, if I'm not already. It doesn't sound familiar, so I'm probably not. Okay, now I'm subscribed to both. Hit that bell notification. I remember seeing them aliens that you do. That's awesome. On YouTube, on Facebook and stuff. Hell yeah. Well, I just subscribed to it, so I made sure to hit that subscribe. Check it out. And sometimes it's, oh, no problem at all, brother. Sometimes it's hard to get videos out there. It really is. To know what video to do and try to be a little unique. I love doing unboxing videos. But as you know, in this day and age, you can't really afford to buy a lot of stuff. Therefore, you can't do unboxing videos unless you buy stuff. So, kind of kind of not able to do some unboxing videos until I actually, save up money to buy different things. There's a bunch of stuff I'm looking for, and I wouldn't say a bunch of things, but there's a good many things I'm looking for. And as soon as I save up money for it, get it, and I can do an unboxing of it or whatever. I thought about doing some Wish.com buying. Just buy random little stuff that doesn't cost a lot of money. Because it takes so long for that stuff to get to you, then you kind of forget what you ordered. And it's kind of like a surprise unboxing. You don't even know what it is, you know what I mean? And I like that kind of stuff. And I don't think I've ever done anything like that, except for I do have a video of a birthday or Christmas present that my sister got me. That sketch of the Ghostbusters. Well, it's like a print of a sketch, but and that was awesome because I didn't know what it was. But I think that besides that, I think that's the only unboxing video I've ever done that I didn't know what was inside. And I like those kind of things, so I kind of want to do that some more. But again, it obviously costs money, but that's something a lot of us have nowadays. Because of the current situation of the country. But if I do like a Wish.com thing, there are some expensive items on there, but if you just buy the cheap items, and then, but even that it's going to take a while to get. So order something every once in a while, and that way you kind of maybe have a steady stream of stuff. And because it's small, it won't cost much. Maybe I can even give the stuff away in giveaways and stuff. But do an unboxing of it, you know what I mean? I have not had good luck on Wish. Yeah, I know what you mean. I don't normally buy from them either, but what I do buy is like kind of minuscule things that that's not really important. That, you know what I mean? If I can describe it. It's either really cheap, and if it doesn't work, oh well, I'll throw it in the garbage. It'd be a cool unboxing video, but nothing like that I'm going to depend on. Let's put it that way. Because number one, it's going to take a month or two to get to you. Like you said, it might not work. So I thought about, I mean, if I had more subscribers, which I don't think I have enough subscribers to do this, but like some of the bigger, you know, much bigger than my channel, they get like a P.O. box, which I already have a P.O. box, and people send them stuff, and I don't want to ask for that kind of stuff. So that's one thing. I don't ask for help from anybody to send me stuff, but like just letters, or it doesn't have to be anything worth much or anything for that matter, and kind of give you, you know, number one, ideas for videos, number two, things to unbox, stories to share if they write you a story, you know, write you something. It's like a P.O. box. So I don't want to say fan mail, but like just little odds and ends stuff you might be able to do an unboxing of, you know, but maybe someone's artwork, or who knows, you know what I mean? But I always thought that would be a cool idea. I've seen a lot of YouTubers do it. Like I said, YouTubers much bigger than my channel that actually have the subscribers, enough subscribers that, you know, do, you know, to be able to do that. But so I mean, that would be kind of cool. But what's that liquid? Kind of hear Speed Racer in the background. Speed Racer! But so yeah, I'm just trying to think of different ways to do things, you know, kind of change it up a little bit, because it is hard to do. It is hard to figure out videos to do. Sometimes that content stuff you can show and stream, stuff you can talk about, you know. That's what kind of like the live chats like this, because people come in and bring up random topics and stuff to talk about, and it's interesting, and I have fun talking to people, especially people that are, you know, share the same interests and stuff that I do. So it's, you know, it's a win-win. But kind of give up on doing a new banner for my YouTube channel for now, because I keep getting on these free YouTube banner things. So you go in there and you start looking up stuff and bring up stuff, and it's like you start going through it, and then you get to a dead end, and it doesn't work, and it's a pain in the ass. Do you have an Xbox? No, I wish I did. That would be awesome. But that's the only one I don't have, honestly. I mean, out of the new consoles and stuff, I'm not one of the people who say, "Oh, I got every console." No, but out of the new consoles, that's the only one I don't have. And that would be awesome, but because I'm truly not a Sony fanboy by any means. I mean, I prefer Sony for the most part, just because of their exclusive games and stuff like that, and their interface and all that. But I love Xbox as well. I mean, I got the Xbox One S, the Xbox One S is the newest Xbox I have, and I love it. I mean, I do play it. It's just I don't have quite as many people, quite as many friends that play on Xbox, but I like Game Pass. So many games on it. Yeah, I guarantee you. That would be awesome. For sure. But I would like to get that eventually for sure. But as you know, these things are expensive, so it's kind of not going to happen for a while. Maybe when the next console comes out. But hey, who knows? Might catch a break down the road and be able to pick up one. And would be very interesting though. Yeah. I would love to get one of those Atari VCSs. They're not even crazy expensive anymore. Like, I've seen them for like $200 and stuff like that on Facebook Marketplace and stuff. The only thing with Facebook Marketplace is the only way I'll buy stuff on Facebook Marketplace is if I can go pick the shit up or meet this person to buy it. I don't ever do the buy it now things on Facebook Marketplace. I got burned a couple times on that, and it just it's not gonna happen anymore. I was playing new games, called Mental Health. When you fight demons, you fight along with. That's pretty awesome. Sounds pretty awesome. Hell yeah. I'll be one I have to check out if I get one. I mean, I will eventually probably, but did finally get a Switch. I'm really stoked about that because I've been wanting one of those for the new Mario and Zelda games coming out, because they've abandoned the Wii U a long time ago, so I'm not coming out with any new stuff for that. So I do still play Breath of the Wild on it when I get a chance, because I don't have it for my Switch. I'd like to get it for my Switch. I will eventually, but again, you know how that goes. You got to Hey Conan, how's it going, brother? How's it going? Appreciate you stopping in. My son just saved up and bought a Steam Deck. Oh yeah, I guarantee you they'd be nice too. Yeah, it's definitely something to be worth the while too. Did you see my Switch case, Todd? I don't know if you see my. When is HasLab Proton Pack shipping? It says spring of 2023, I believe, is what it says. There's no exact date. Oh, thank you, brother. There's no exact date, I don't think, but I'm pretty sure it's saying spring of next year. Yeah. Hey, John, how's it going, brother? Make sure you check out Mr. Prime John 1 as well on YouTube. Awesome brother from another mother again. Nice. Yeah, it definitely. Well, anyway, Todd. Here's the inside. This, where my Hori grips are at, that's actually the spot for the docking station. So, and these Hori grips, I love them. The only thing is they need to be connected to the Wii, or yeah, to the Wii. They need to be connected to the my beard. No, they need to be connected to the Switch. Otherwise, they won't work. They don't have their own power. Which, yeah, it's awesome. I love it. But they don't do. I don't ever do it like that anyway. I mean, for motion control stuff, but I don't ever do the motion control stuff on it. At least not yet. But yeah, this is the Mario anniversary thing. I'll just show you the box here instead of getting the. The only thing blue about it is that that thing for the controllers go in, and the trigger buttons that go on the Joy-Cons. But pretty badass. It comes with this case, which is pretty. It comes with this case, which is pretty awesome too. But it's laying right here. But I ended up getting a bigger case so I could put more stuff on there. I'll show you what the Hori grips look like. It almost looks like a Steam Deck. Pretty cool. Kind of puts you in mind of a Steam Deck. But I love these. I love these controls because they got the actual full D-pad instead of that, which is fine. But they're just so small. It's got the full analog sticks. It's got the full triggers, the shoulder buttons. You know, it fits in the hand real nice. So definitely awesome. And this is obviously definitely a must as well as the good old Pro controller. These are very well built. A lot of people are moaning and complaining that these are $70, and I'm like, get over it. I mean, if you go out and buy a PS5 controller, guess what you're gonna pay? $70. If you go out and buy an Xbox Series X or Series S, same controller. Xbox Series, the new Xbox controller, guess what? It's probably gonna be $70. Some of them are actually more, like the fancier ones are over $100. You know what I mean? I mean that's just the price. I mean, I realize that the Switch is 5-6 years old. They're kind of due for another console, but for now that's what you got from Nintendo is the Switch. That's just what you have now. So, and another thing is, if you think it costs too much, you just don't have to buy it. You don't have to buy it. No one's saying, hey, you got to buy this. If you think it's too much money, don't buy it. There's plenty of things that I think cost too much money at any given time, and I don't buy it. I don't moan and complain that it costs that much. I just don't buy it. I got a PS5 controller for $48 at GameStop because someone told me it works on PS4. It does, but you have to use it through Bluetooth on it. You have to use it through Bluetooth on your the PS5 controller will actually work on a PC as well, through like a Bluetooth thing, but I didn't know it would work for the PS4. I guess it could. I mean, it's probably the PS4 controller to the PS5. It's probably the one you'd have trouble with. So you don't. So you'd have to buy. You know what I mean? unless you you need a PlayStation Remote Play app on your phone. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, I see what you're saying there. What I was really impressed with the PlayStation 3, and what I mean by that is if it's a USB device, whether it be wired or wireless with a USB dongle, chances are it's probably going to work in the PS3. It's pretty cool how that works, how it does that, because I was actually modding the one, putting like some like retro games and stuff on it, and my PS5 or my PS3 controller before I bought a battery. I can't remember if I bought a battery for it yet or not. I was thinking about buying a battery, but I can't remember if I replaced the battery in it yet or not. I'm like, what can I plug into this thing? What can I use to play on it? And I had my it was sort of like a pro controller, but it's a clear one that lights up, Everglow or Afterglow or whatever it's called, and it's a pretty well built device. That's right, it's a pretty well built controller. Here it is, right here. Pretty well built controller, but it's a wired controller. I mean, I love it. I mean, it's nice. It's got some buttons on the back as well. It's a wired controller, but you plug that in your PS3, it will work. Wired, it'll work, which is pretty awesome. Which is the only way you can do this is wired. But I thought that was pretty awesome. You can, because I mean, it's a nice controller, but and this is not that expensive anymore now that all the other stuff's out and everything. So I was pretty impressed with it, that you can plug a lot of different types of controllers in it and they'll work. And because those PS3 controllers, if you have one that's a few years old, it's probably not going to work anymore. Them batteries, they lasted for a while as far as being charged, but now they're in the process of as old as they are, they just won't hold a charge anymore. So it's kind of sucks, but it is what it is on that, I suppose, and can't really do anything about it except for buy a new battery. And they're not that expensive, and the PS3 controller is actually not too difficult to tear apart, at least. PS4 controller's not bad, but it's a little more of a pain to get apart and to get back together. Shit flying different directions and stuff, but never opened up a PS5 controller yet, but never had to yet. So most I did with that was customize one of the front face things on it. I got a blue one. It's funny though, because I was like, they're like customizable. I was like, oh, you can pop them off, and I was trying to spray paint the one blue, and that blue would not cover. It was weird. Like, I don't know what type of plastic it's made of or what surface it's, but that I did like 3 or 4 coats and you could barely tell it was blue. It was just barely tinted blue. I'm like, well, whatever. And then they come out with the actual pop-off faceplates, and I bought a blue one. So now I got a blue one and a black one. So, yeah. They're like $15 for those things. I'm like, geez. If the paint finally comes off of my PS5, I'll either buy a skin for it or buy some of them a different color, sides for it, so it'll be a different color, plus it won't peel off, because they use that plasti dip stuff that you're supposed to just paint like rims and stuff with. It can be peeled back off later if you change your mind. But and the corners are starting to show white again, so I think it'll stay on there for a little while longer, but we'll see how that works out. You know. But yeah. But yeah, I'm starting to get some stuff. I want to start getting some other I think I have at least one or two more consoles. I need to try to get to work. I can't remember which ones. Actually, I think all of them work up there now that I can think of. I did have my GameCube didn't work for a while, and I got another one. My mom gave me one a while back, and it works fine. I don't have the GameCube disc though. The Nintendo, the GameCube, the not GameCube. Well, yeah. I mean, it goes on the bottom of the GameCube. It plays. I'll just pop in this. Yeah, you take care too, Conan. I appreciate you stopping in, brother. The Game Boy player for the GameCube. I have the actual Game Boy player, but I don't have the disc for it, so it's basically just for looks. But and there's a way you can do something to make a memory card work. I was like, I'm just not gonna do that. One of these days I'll find a decent price disc and buy it, but cheapest one now I've seen was $150. I'm like, jeez, it just seems like a lot of money to be spending on, you know. I mean, what else would $150 buy? You know, I mean, I'm one of them people that I could go into a store, whether it be Walmart or whatever store it is, and be looking around and be like, yeah, I can afford that, but do I need it? You know what I mean? And I'll even procrastinate for a while. Like, I'll get money saved up, like that Switch, for instance. I got the money saved up. I bought, sold some stuff, had the money in hand, and went there to buy it. And I'm like, sitting in the car for a little bit, and I'm like, do I really need this? I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go buy it. You know what I mean? And then worry about whether I should have later. And I'm glad I did because I love it. And I'm gonna love when, hey, did you see there's another, Mario game, or did you see there's another Zelda game? I'm like, yeah, I can play that. You know what I mean? So Zelda's like the biggest, like my favorite franchise basically is of all time is, and Mario, of course. But just to know you can play them, like I go into, it's nice to be able to go into the store and you can look at any of the cases, and you can see games you can play, because if you get the PS5, you got the Xbox, and the game in the in the Switch, which I don't have the new Xbox, but they're still coming out with games for the the Xbox One. But I can look at any of the discounted ones and stuff now, and unless it's an actual one that's for the new Xbox, then I won't be able to buy that. I mean, I can buy it, but I won't be able to play it. But it's nice to have more selection, you know what I mean? Like, instead of just sticking to one thing. I mean, for the most part, yeah, I stick to Sony or Nintendo mostly. But I do play the Xbox quite a bit. If I had more games, I'd play it more, but that goes again back to being able to afford the shit, you know what I mean? So it's kind of, and more of my friends have, Sony's, have, PlayStation, so it's kind of like, if you buy a game, you want to buy it for, and it's a online multiplayer game, you want to buy the game for the console that most of your friends have, so they can play on there. So unless it's cross-platform compatible, which not a lot of things have been lately that I've seen. I mean, there might be a lot of games that I'm just not running across, but I remember the free version of the new Call of Duty. What the heck is it called? Warfare. It's cross-platform compatible, and it's true. I mean, you can play it. And I know I've said this story a couple times on stream, but Aaron and I were in here. Mr. Trans Aaron 38 and I were in here, and our friend Bobby lives down in West Virginia. Yeah, West Virginia. He was playing the crap out of the game. Might still be playing to this day. I'm not sure, but I had the game for the Xbox. It was a free download, but I had the game downloaded on the Xbox, but I didn't have it downloaded on my PlayStation yet. Then PlayStation 4, because I didn't have my PlayStation 5 yet. But we got on the Xbox One, and Aaron was playing, Transam 38 was playing the Call of Duty, Warfare with him. He was on my Xbox, and our buddy was on his PlayStation 4, and they were playing, but they couldn't hear each other's headset. It was weird. They couldn't communicate to each other through the headset for some reason. So I started up my PS4 and did a party chat. Got in a party chat with him, and then we was listening to him with the PS5, but he was playing on the Xbox One. It was weird, but it worked, but you had to have both consoles on, but I'm like, jeez. Sort of a roundabout way. I mean, they didn't false advertise them. It is cross-platform compatible. Like, you can play with other players online. They never said anything about whether mic support was if you could be able to talk to them. So I mean, they didn't false advertise. So I mean, there's that. But you would think that they would think of that, and maybe they did, and they just be like, oh, whatever. You can't do that functionality on it, but it's still weird that you could literally play on the same team with somebody on a game, regardless of what console you're on, except for except for the Switch or whatever. Obviously, I don't think you could play on that, or if it even, I don't even think it has the game, but you'd think if you could play cross-platform compatible and you could play, on Xbox to PlayStation and vice versa, that you'd be able to hear them to your headset. You would think, but and I get that you can't do I understand that you can't do PlayStation and Xbox and do like a party chat like you do with the PlayStation, because they're just not the same company. But you should be able to hear each other in games, like when you're in an actual game, because you can hear other people playing. And even in the lobby, I'm pretty sure you can hear both sides of it, and occasionally hear the other side when you kill them, and they start cussing about it. So why can't you cross-platform link up your headsets? I don't know. They're probably in the works of that. They've had to have thought of it already. I mean, obviously, but and there's got to be plenty of games that are not supported like that. At least last time I checked, anyway. I mean, they might be now. It's been forever, but it seems like. But it's weird. You can play the same game, but you can't communicate via consoles. You gotta talk on your phone, or you gotta get the PS4 out to use for hearing the other person. Weird. We're coming up on an hour here. I at least want to go an hour and a half, 2 hours. See how that goes, but definitely want to go over an hour. That way I don't have to rename it 60 Minutes in the Oasis, But I guess I don't have to, but But yeah, I get this Wii all fixed up. I'll have to do a video on that. Like I said, I'm going to do a video on how I fixed the Dreamcast. And so that's a couple videos that are going to be coming up. And I'm sure I'll think of something else eventually. But as always, if anybody thinks of anything, leave a comment in the comment section below. I would really appreciate any sort of help. Like I said, from anything you see back here, like what's that thing, or can you tell me more about that thing, or whatever, how you obtained it, whatever the case may be. Definitely would appreciate that. Because like I said, it's hard to think of stuff to do videos on. It just really is. I mean, once in a while, it don't just fall in your lap all the time. It seems like, again, that's why I like doing, live streams like this, where you got multiple people come in and talk about a topic, and then they're like, boom, there you go. Now we can talk about this. Okay, now we can talk about, and you just keep it going for hours. So I mean, as opposed to coming in and hearing me run my mouth, and you might bolt. You know what I'm saying? But do appreciate everybody coming out and checking out the channel when they get a chance. And like I told my one buddy, don't beat yourself up if you can't come in every stream. There's no way you can. I mean, life is still going on outside of all of this, and you got to do right by your family and friends. And before you if you had the time to come on here and check me out, I appreciate it. If not, I still appreciate you for maybe wanting to, but can't because you don't have time, Or I can still appreciate, if you're a collector, or, well, I guess, the games are collecting too, but gamer or collector or whatever. It's not enough. It seems like there's not enough of those people in the world that play like the retro games and stuff and collect different things. I'm sure there's plenty out there, but I don't know. It seems like it's a dying breed or something. It's only going to get worse, obviously, as time goes on. All the older people that was doing it are going to be gone, and then the newer people, they might start into it, they might not, and before you know it, they might not be retro games anymore. Well, hopefully that day will never come, as far as I'm alive, at least. But they're actually kind of made a comeback. I mean, retro games, they're a pretty big thing now, so. And it's nice to see different stores crop up, and there was a Funko Games, now it's a Cartridges Galore, which is pretty badass. I went there plenty of times, found some decent stuff, found some not so decent stuff, but you kind of have to take a chance sometimes, especially if it's cheap, Obviously, if you can visually see stuff wrong with them, you're not going to want to buy them. Or if it's something visually wrong with it that's not really going to affect you too much, you can at least probably negotiate a price. You go to Walmart, there's no negotiations. You buy what you buy. So there's a little bit of flexibility in those stores, but not. I just like going in and see all the stuff, because you never know what you're going to see in there. You never know what consoles they might have. Last time I went in, it was like a boxed Atari. It was neat as shit. But you never know what you're going to see in there. What somebody's going to bring in and sell to them or trade. I don't know if they do trades, but bring it in for store credit or whatever. They always give you more store credit than they would cash. Which makes sense. I mean, if you're going to spend it back into their company, then I can see how that's, benefits them a lot. And they want to pass that benefit on to you by giving you a little extra money if you're gonna buy something with them, as opposed to taking your cash and leaving and maybe never coming back or never come back to buy anything, just trade stuff in, just to sell stuff. So makes sense for them to do it. It might piss people off, but that's the way That's the way the world works. Yet you're gonna piss somebody off eventually. I mean, there's no it's not please. There's no pleasing everyone. So. But yeah, it's funny because I'm pretty sure I said on stream before that I was going to go up to this little boy's house on the end of the road here, dressed up like Ghostbusters, because he saw my Jeep in the parade and he just went nuts over it, and give him that Ghost Popper, the reissued Ghost Popper, not an original, but I'm sure he would love that, but and the point behind that is when we finally got a hold of him, we found out that day was his birthday. I'm like, jeez, I wasn't able to do it then, but my daughter was sick and stuff, and I didn't want to spread any germs from house to house, so I told him, I'll wait a few days and go there and give it to him. Be a few days after his birthday, but that's just, I'm sure he won't mind. He's getting a gift, and all will be right with the world. But yeah, he really went crazy over it when he saw it in the homecoming parade. He was running up to as far as he could without going on the road, and he was pointing. I just wish I had a siren on it. That would have really been cool. I should have played the music at least, but I gotta get some sort of a siren on it eventually. I think that'd be cool. Might have to get a new beacon pretty soon because the one I have is kind of acting stupid. So it's working, but you gotta mess with it. So. That fan's loud as hell from that PS4. That's not the actual fan for the PS4. They got an extra little fan that plugs in the USB port. Same time I turn it on, it comes on, and turn it off, it goes back off. So it's neat. You don't have to flip a switch or nothing like that. So keeps it nice and cool. You gotta take care of those original PlayStation 4s. I got a Slim right here that it does heat up, but nowhere near as bad as the original, so. Which I think is the case with pretty much anything. Like the PS3, the original PS3 down here, that thing heated up. Oh man, you could probably cook eggs on the damn thing. But it is weird how I guess because the motherboard's bigger, but this thing's heated up bad, I know that. I don't know if the chat's broken or. Let's see. Let me check the chat here. Make sure it's not broke. Not there's a whole lot I can do about it if it is, but. See. Alright, good. Once in a while I'll send the message myself to see if it goes through. So still good, at least this time around. At least like with my phone doing it, because I'm sure there's a lot of delays and stuff on. There used to be a horrible delay on, I can't remember if it was Twitch or YouTube, but you type something and then it seemed like 10 minutes later, it wasn't that long, but I mean it seemed like a good bit later that it showed up. I'm like, geez. Like the person be talking about something, and you'll answer them, or you'll say something to add to it, and that person will have already gotten off that subject and start talking about something else. By the time that message gets there, and they'll be like, "Huh? What are you talking about?" Like, no, dude, this is a message from, you know, from what you were saying earlier. But pain in the ass is all it is. But yeah. But yeah, I'll probably jump off here in a few minutes. Definitely appreciate everyone stopping in, checking out the live stream, and anyone that can stop in later and check it out. Which is why I don't want it to go a crap ton of time, because nobody's going to watch 2 hours worth of stuff. You know, it just, unless it's something interesting like a giveaway or something, they want to see who won and all that fun stuff. But for the most part, that's not the case. So, and check out the Web Retro Gaming Oasis on Facebook. I have a second page just for Web Retro Gaming Oasis. If you want to check out closer pictures of stuff, because I can't really get real close to them with the camera on the for the PS4. It just doesn't have that sort of length to stretch it. So you don't want to knock stuff over, and it's a pain in the ass. But that's why I do pictures up close. I do room tour. I have a pretty recent room tour on YouTube. You can check that out, and make sure you check out all the links in the description below, because once I get it uploaded, it'll be in there. And ouch, and ouch, and yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. Till next time, I'll meet you right back here in the Oasis.